Rocks was good, was good, was good. The Will was good, brother. Mike Duval, what's going on? What's going on? Yes, sir. I'm just waiting on him to tap in. I sent the link to him. I DM'd him on Instagram. So I'm just waiting for him to pop up. It's not working. The link I sent you not working? I don't know. That's the first. That's the first. Um, Chico, what up? What up? What up? I might have to hop off and hop back on. And redo it. Redo the link. Now, if you Yeah, all right. So are you on a computer or on your phone? Because you may have to go on your phone. You may have to do your phone, G Paul. Because I think F and A told me that it wouldn't work on their computer when I sent it to them yesterday. So you may have to do it on your phone. Jakey, what's going on, bro? What's going on? Having some technical difficulties. Um Worst case scenario, I may have to hop off and hop back on. What's good? What's good, Dickie? How you doing, brother? Howdy, howdy, howdy. Miss Rivens, what's going on? How you doing? Trying to get the link working. I just told your husband if he's trying to do it on the computer, it may not work. He may have to do it from his phone. So I'm not sure because I I send the link from my mobile phone. So he may have to hop on his phone. But click back in. Okay, I see you now. I see you now. What's going on, brother?
Oh, not everything good. Sorry about that. I was trying to do it on the computer and it won't let me do that.
Yeah, that FNA told me the same thing yesterday. That when I send the link, they try to do it over the computer, but it's I think the link is only mobile because I send it from my mobile phone. So yeah,
Yeah.
my apologies for not letting you know that. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry about
Oh,
that.
that's all good, brother. How you doing? How's the
I mean,
weather where you are?
cold, bro. You know what I'm saying? It was we were still getting snow flurries a little while ago, so it's pretty cold still. But it's getting better. A lot of the ice is melting, but even tonight it's probably gonna freeze back up because it's supposed to get like into the teens tonight. So.
Right. Well, I'm in Pensacola, Florida, and we were down in the 20s, and it's been really windy and things.
Yeah,
Uh, but I guess the snakes liked it. They were active as hell all night long. I was in here doing computer work for school,
right.
and and they were roaming everywhere.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, man. Well, I'm glad that you were able to make it. Everything worked out, and now you're on.
Yeah, I decided the doctor was too cold for me to go see.
My wife rescheduled one of her appointments today too. Yep.
My, my
Yep.
old bones don't like that cold.
Yeah. I'll be thankful and blessed to reach that age. You know what I'm saying? So, that's a blessing. You know what I'm saying? That's a blessing.
Yes,
So,
sir.
Mr. G. Paul, glad that you accepted the invite. How long have you been into reptiles?
I'm brand new, brother. I got a little backstory I'll tell you quickly.
Yeah, go ahead.
Uh,
Take your time. Take your time.
I, I grew up in the Appalachian Mountains. Lots of
Okay.
rattlesnakes, copperheads, cottonmouths, kind of things like that. So all my experiences with snakes were not very good.
Ooh.
Yeah, I had a couple of run-ins with rattlesnakes and things, and my dog at the time actually probably saved my life because we was on a big farm, and everyone else was probably 40 acres away, and a hospital's an hour away. But he intervened and he took the bite. He
Oh man.
survived. He survived. But I spent, we'll say, 59, 60 years scared to death of snakes. And I just woke up one day, something in me clicked. I was suffering from PTSD, anxiety, stress, all that kind of stuff from past traumas and everything, and decided I wanted to check them out. So I spent about a year on the down low, not telling anybody, studying ball pythons and things. And then back in October of this year, I told my wife, I said, I'm going to get one. And she thought I was crazy because I'd always been so dead set against it.
Right.
One of my teenage boys at the time, he's grown now. He wanted to get one, and I told him there wasn't no way in hell it was happening. You know, but I got my first one and discovered that they are better than medicine for me. Riven's just a little normal double hypo clown, and immediately just holding him, dealing with him, taking care of him took all those storms in my head completely away.
Mm.
And I decided I want to get a little deeper, and one turned into two, into three, into 41. And that's what I'm doing now. I've decided that I'm not unique in that thing, that if they help me, they will help someone else, Pat. They're not, as many people think, that much unlike cats and dogs and things like that as far as their uh, healing or therapeutic power. And so what I've endeavored to do now is I've set out to, I'm going to breed, I like clowns and strangers. That's what I'm doing primarily. And my goal is I'm reaching out to veterans and veterans groups, getting them in, teaching them about them, teaching them proper husbandry.
Mm-hmm.
And if they get that same relief that I do, I then gift them a snake. And
Mm.
if I can, and if donations allow and things, I can the entire setup for them.
Okay.
And
Okay.
it's been well received. Out of the 40 snakes I have right now, I probably didn't pay for half of them. They were donated. I've got 7 rack systems, and I paid for 3. Uh,
Wow.
people just people just been really supportive in the community, and I mean, this past Sunday night, or it might have been Saturday, I got a V75 stack sea serpent rack and two 30 tub hatchling rack sea serpent free.
That's a blessing.
Yeah.
Blessing.
So I mean, it it makes me feel like I'm doing something right, going on the right path, or I wouldn't receive all of this gratitude and benefits. But but not only, the snakes have helped me a lot. The ball pythons, I love them to death, and fortunately, my wife does too. She used to have a blood python, I believe, before we were ever together. So she was cool with the snakes. Uh, yeah, the wife just put on there. She's the pied and banana woman.
Yeah, I see. When I saw wife of Rivers, I said, okay, that must be his wife. I made her a mod. So yeah, when I saw that, I said, yeah, I'm gonna make her a mod. She said she asked you, was you sick when you first asked that you were gonna get you a snake? She asked you, was you sick because you were so
Yeah,
against it. Yeah, yeah.
100. She thought I'd done flip my lid or something for real then. But you got to give her kudos, man. Before I was taking all this PTSD medicine, anxiety medicine, seizure meds, sleep meds at times, and things to try to function, and I still wasn't, Pat. I
Yeah,
was pretty. I was one of those guys that I was withdrawn. I didn't want you to bother me, leave me alone, and quite angry at times. And these and the community have helped me. I don't take any medicine for that at all now, none. And I'm thriving more than I have since I was a young kid, probably.
mm,
Uh,
I like
the,
that.
those things don't bother me anymore, man. It just rolls off like a water on a duck's back kind of thing.
Yeah.
Unless you mess with my kids or something, or my grandbabies, then all hell's coming. But
Yeah, yeah. Oh, definitely, definitely, and I totally agree with you on that. I totally agree with you on that. Now, you pretty much answered the question that I was ready to ask. How many snakes did you currently have? But you said 40, right?
40, 41, um, I think. But I've
Okay.
got more. I've got some more on the way. I do have a stranger clown girl coming,
Okay.
and Brother Val out White Feather Balls in Texas.
Val, yeah. He be in the chats and stuff. Yeah, I know Val is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's got a desert ghost clown male coming to me.
Ooh, okay, okay. You got some heat coming on over there, then. Okay, okay.
Yeah, I mean, I've got some decent stuff. I mean, I don't have any of those $5,000 snakes or nothing, you know.
Yeah. Hey, no, you don't need all of that. You don't need all of that. You know what I'm saying?
I just
A
want to.
lot. They're beautiful animals now. You know what I mean? Don't get me, but to me, stuff
You
like
can
that,
make them.
you can
You can make them yourself.
you can make them yourself. You see what I'm saying? A lot of that 10, 15, $20,000 is ego. You know what I'm saying? But it's good to be competitive and have ego from certain perspectives. You know what I'm saying? But I definitely don't want nobody on my show to be like, I'm down here because I don't have what up here has. I
No,
don't,
no,
you
I
know,
don't feel that way.
I'm with the underdogs. You know what I'm saying? That's who
Yeah,
I'm rooting for. You know what I'm saying? I'm rooting for
and
the
and
underdog.
I'm not competing with anybody on any level. I'm doing what I want to do. I get my enjoyment out of it, and my enjoyment is helping other people. I'm not trying to sell $100,000 this year. I ain't trying to sell $1,000. I'll give away more than I sell, kind of thing. Uh, I wanted to say something to Roxanne there in the comments. She said she's considering getting a snake. Do it.
Yep.
I mean, hey, people think that they're slimy and wet and nasty, and they're not. They're not slimy at all. They don't feel that way.
Yep.
Uh, I'll tell you a story, Roxanne, real quick.
Yeah, take your
I
time, man. Take the show.
I the wife and I rescued one here about 2 months ago. It was a banana het clown boy.
Hmm.
He was in a 40-gallon tank aquarium with four 100-watt CHEs on top of him. He
And
was
a 40
dried.
gallon?
He had 400 waters on him. He was dried out, had 4 layers of stuff shed, eye caps on him and stuff. We got him. The wife cried about all the way home. And I got him and got a little tub set up and got me a little steam bath thing going for him and let him in there for about an hour, hour and a half, and got out with a warm, soft cloth and wiped it all off of him and got his eye caps off. And it was kind of like looking into the eyes of a puppy dog. I mean, he was that grateful, and he knew that someone was trying to help them,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
that really hooked me a little bit deeper too, because you hear so many people out here saying they don't have feelings furry animals do and things like that, and I don't believe that.
Total bull.
I
Total bull.
mean, I have yet to be bitten. I'm sure it'll happen at some point. Uh, my wife's been bitten twice. My stranger's pretty spicy at times.
I've been
My
bitten
male,
once.
my male stranger. I mean, he struck at me last night too, but I'll open my tubs and reach blindly in there and grab them because they know me, and I mean they don't try to do anything to hurt me. So
Right.
I mean, we've got the wife took one to church this past well, the wife took a superfly to church this past Sunday, and they was doing a lesson on courage,
Okay.
and they wanted to see if they would be afraid, the kids would be afraid of the snake or kind of thing. And we reach out to schools and things to do educational presentations to the schools for like biology classes and things like that to do, because I want to do everything I can to promote the community as well in a positive light.
That's right.
You know, we got it's like the guy that was on your podcast yesterday that was being an idiot, whatever his name was, Jeremy or something like that. That you got rid of.
Oh
We
yeah,
got
yeah.
we got way too many people out here trying to divide on every level, political, race, color, sex, whatever they can think of, and it's totally ridiculous. We're just playing into their game.
That's it.
We weren't designed that way. That's not who we are. You know, people want to be loved and people want to love. It takes
Definitely.
it takes effort to be hateful, man.
Yes, it
And
does.
I don't know why people do that for.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
kind of
don't.
understand it because we kind of got similar backgrounds. Cause I'm one of those type. Like I'm a great friend. I'm just
Right.
not what you would call a friendly person. You know what I'm saying? But I'm a great friend. I'm a bit standoffish. I got a clinical anger issue. You know what I'm saying? But I've been getting better since I've been into the communities, been messing with the snakes, and it's really helped me. So I could relate when you was telling me the story. I was like, wow. So you know, what I mean, I ain't the only one that did this too. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
I could get in one of those modes or one of the moves and go grab one of the snakes and let them roam around, and before you know it, my heart rate go from this to back to normal. I'm back settled. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's definitely uh therapy, and I'm glad that you found medicine in the snakes. I'm glad that you figured out a way to escape that mental bondage that you was dealing with, you know what I'm saying, through an animal. And also this community have connected people. I'm in Virginia. I don't know where you're located, but we are all over the world. We're all over the states. We're
Yeah.
all over the country, and we are connecting with each other in a
Right.
positive way. We ain't being negative towards each other. We're calling each other brother. We are building rapport. So the community is a great thing. Now it's bad people in everything that you could have going on. It's always
Oh,
those
100%.
fighting, but at the same time, for the most part, I see a lot of positive going on, especially with the ones who look at themselves more as hobbyists
Right.
than a breeder or whatever. Because basically, all we are doing is spreading love. And like
Yeah.
you said, people want to be loved, but there's so much bad going on out here that the good people are scared to be good because
That's right.
we gotta put up a wall to protect ourselves from the bullshit that goes on around what we genuinely got going on. So we were loving people, but it's so much bad going on. We like, I don't know, I'm gonna still keep this part of me available just in case somebody want to go left and this situation goes bad. You know what I'm saying?
My
Yeah.
stranger just kicked in here. Our boy Will at Flawless. He's where my stranger girl's coming from.
Oh yeah, yeah, man. That's my guy right there, man. I the will have been on live with me. Cause that it's not even what I got going on now. I don't even consider it a show. I just consider it family, getting up together,
Yeah.
talking, having fun. You know what I'm saying? I don't really got no certain kind of structure to it. We just get up here and just talk, kick the bobo, kick knowledge, show off snakes. You know, we just have fun, man. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, we just yeah, you're in a safe space here. When you come here,
Yeah.
it ain't no judgment. You're in a safe space, and I'm glad
Well,
that you reached out. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, we do the same thing. We have a podcast on the Big Homies channel called Behind the Scales, and that's all we talk about basically is mental health and ball pythons, how they help someone and the fight they've been going through. And it's therapeutic. Sean Fuller, the big homie, was on the show Sunday,
Okay.
and he's a veteran and things. And I mean, he was exposing his heart and soul freely, with tears and things, and that touches people. And people need that to know that it's okay to show those kind of things. As men, you know, our past generation things, the DNA in us is we got to be big, tough dudes all the time, and you can't show feelings and stuff, and that's a bunch of garbage.
It's a bunch of garbage, man. My wife told me one day, man, I was going through a stint, man, and I wasn't treating her the best. You know what I mean? I was just letting go of myself. I ain't even gonna say let go of myself, but I wasn't handling myself appropriately. And she told me, she said, babe, you know it's okay to not be okay, right? You know what I'm saying? You know, it's people out here that you can talk to. You can talk to me. But I was so built on, like you said, the ego, being a man. I ain't talking about my problems. I don't got no problems. I'm strong. I'm gonna hold it down. Whole time though, my mind is chaos. It's nothing but chaos going on. You know what I'm saying? As long as I'm talking with somebody, I'm good. But the moment I get to myself and everything is quiet and I can think, it's chaos going on in my head. I'm thinking things that I shouldn't be thinking. You know what I'm saying? I got feelings on doing things that I shouldn't feel like doing. You know what I'm saying? And I'm thinking to myself, like, yeah, she right. You know, I'm messed up.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? I'm messed up
100%.
in the head. You know what I'm saying? And just knowing that, just hearing you. You know what I'm saying? So you a veteran?
I am not a veteran. I did
Okay.
work for Homeland Security, but I did not work. I was not in the
Okay.
military.
Okay. Just alone for we don't know how many people are afraid to do and say what you just came up here and said about
Yes, sir.
themselves. That I'm
Right.
sick, that I got problems, that I'm so. a lot of the time that used to be me in a way because I thought it was weak. I was always taught men don't cry. We don't do this. No, man,
Right.
crying is healing.
Hey,
Crying
my
healing.
stepfather would beat me for having feelings, showing weakness, and things like that. So it was deep ingrained. I knew it was wrong. And,
Yeah.
I always knew it was wrong. Growing up, I can't really remember. My father passed early on. I really can't ever remember being told I was loved, kind of thing.
Ooh.
But I make sure that my grandchildren and my children know it every day through words, actions, emotions, the whole nine yards. I'm not going to reciprocate that trend. I'm going to break that
Yeah.
somehow.
That's right. That's right.
Uh, but it's not a weakness. It's like I was telling Sean Monday, it takes a big man to get in front of everyone and expose himself, his weaknesses and his flaws and things like that, and that he don't have it all together and he's fighting battles and things like that. And women too, it's no different. They fight the same things and different than we do.
Yeah.
But regardless of the person, it takes someone strong to stand up and admit to it and put it out there and let people know that it's okay to not be okay, like you said.
Yeah.
You
Definitely.
know, and there's so many people out there right now that, as we're talking here, somebody's committing suicide, Pat.
And thinking
Yeah, or
about it,
thinking about
doing
it.
it.
And
Somebody, it's
what
you
they
know what, man, and that didn't mean to cut across you, but you know what's so wild about life is we got so many things to be grateful for, despite all the BS that goes on. Because somebody didn't wake up this morning, and somebody's not gonna make it to sleep tonight.
yeah.
You understand what I mean? You know how much wickedness is going on around us as we
Oh,
speak.
yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure.
As we speak. You see what I'm saying?
I mean,
Not later on, not 5 minutes ago or 5 minutes. I'm talking right now.
there's people being murdered, raped, killed, molested, you name it. All the evil in the world is happening every second.
Every
But
second.
if society would take a stand on something and quit falling for all this garbage and this political division and social economic division and stuff like that and stand together, we can do something about these things. But
Definitely.
but there's
That's what
two,
the elites is scared of. The higher ups, that's what they're scared of. If we ever come together, it's over. It's over.
right.
It's
But the
over.
problem is, and I've experienced it, I was in a big organization at one time and there was things going on in the political level of this organization that financial wise no one was happy with, and we had a state meeting and a convention and I was kind of delegated to stand up and speak against it. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So I got up at the appropriate time and put my 2 cents worth in and everyone else's about how this was not the way to be doing things. And every man in this room stood up and applauded when I was finished. But when it came time to vote against that, they all voted for it. Too many people do this and not do anything behind it.
Yep.
It makes them feel good to act, hey, I'm going to go do something or whatever. But when it comes time to getting out of your chair or your comfort zone and actually doing it, or, if I vote no against this, I'm going to stay here longer because, we got to redo everything. Well, you're weak, you know. I don't know.
Yeah.
Uh, I want to shout out to some of my homies on here. I see Will with the Python portal and Dickie, Dickie's balls is in here, and my brother Carl, Satchmo's Exotics.
Sorry.
Those guys are there for me every day, all day. I can message any one of them, say, whatever, and they're right there, if you need them.
That's,
And
that's what family
that
about.
that's been a big part of my healing also. Uh, the things I don't know, I got plenty of people to go to. If I don't know why this one's doing this or whatever, and you know, Roxanne mentioned earlier, she may not be the right person for a snake. You don't know if you don't try.
Yeah. That's it.
And you'll be surprised what you can figure out. My wife got a little VPI girl over here
Okay.
that she didn't want to eat when we got her. She was about 70 grams.
Okay.
And the first time I went to feed her, something hit me in the head. I picked her up in my right hand and held the little pinky in my left hand, and she was comfortable and struck it and wrapped it out of my hand.
Mm.
The first two times I fed her, I had to do that. Now she's good to go.
Yeah.
I had another one come in, a big breeder, female cinnamon pin stripe girl,
Yeah.
and she had been in a rack system her entire life. And in the beginning, we weren't savvy with everything, and we thought everything had to be in a 4x2x2, and that got pretty expensive quick.
Yeah.
And but she would not eat. I mean, 6 weeks straight, and she had, from her other residents, had never missed a meal, kind of thing.
Right.
I stuck her. I said, I'm gonna put her back in what she's used to, and I put her in a rack, and she tore it up the next day.
Immediately.
It's all about making them comfortable and safe. That's why if they are taken care of, you make them comfortable, safe, filling, give them the proper husbandry, the humidity, the temperatures, keep their water changed, feed them regularly. I in the beginning was using cocoa husk. Carl and those guys got me using the 100% cypress mulch now, and I
Yeah.
like it much better. It doesn't mildew. It's antibacterial, the whole 9 yards. So
Yeah.
they do well with that.
Yeah. I'm still
And
on Cocoa Husk myself. Yeah, I'm still on Cocoa Husk. Yep.
yeah, I get it. I mean, it works.
Yeah.
I mean, it definitely works. I just like the chips better. The malt is all. It's all. And there's so many things that there's not a right or wrong way in this.
Right.
You maybe you things that you like and work for you. That's what you need to do. As long as the snakes are healthy and they're thriving and living, you do you.
That's it.
I'm not these folks on Facebook that's going to come on here and say, you're doing this wrong and you're so stupid. And,
Yeah.
I mean, a wild story. When I first figured out that I wanted to do this, I immediately created Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok and all those, and started making some videos and this and that. And I was putting on Facebook too. Well, guess what happened the first week? Someone decided they wanted to uh, report me to the FWC, Florida Wildlife Commission, because I had illegal species and was keeping them without a license and blah blah blah. And I called a breeder in town that I'd made friends with. He said, "Look, do this." And I went online real quick and got my license and everything. And I really didn't need it.
Right.
I mean, you don't need it to keep them as a hobby anyway.
Right.
But I did it because I want to be above reproach. And I just posted it online. I said, "So you all think I'm an idiot? Just here's the proof, dude. We
Yeah.
got it covered."
Yeah.
But uh, we got enough of those people. We don't need to be those, for
That's
sure.
right. And this misery, that's another case of misery loving company.
Love company. Well,
Misery
it's
loves
like,
company, man. Anybody see you doing something positive, if they do you know how many people get mad just to see you laughing? Just
oh
to see
yeah, they
a
don't want you to
smile
be
on your
happy.
face? How that bothers other people for you to be happy?
Well,
I
I believe, Pat, that many people act out that way to cover up their own misery and their own shame. They don't, you know, they attack other people and things because they are happy, but they don't want everybody to see their closet. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like Carl Satchmos. I'm pretty sure it's him that said it several times. If you hang out with three drug addicts, you're going to be the fourth. You hang out with four criminals, you're going to be the fourth.
birds
You
of a
hang
feather
out
flock together.
you hang out with four successful rich people. The three of them, you may be the fourth. You got to protect yourself also. You
Facts.
know, it says iron sharpens iron. We don't need to be hanging out with sandstone.
You see what I'm saying?
Something that's easily eroded away. You need
Yeah.
to be out. You know, with men who are set in their, in their beliefs and doing the right things, and then you'll become more that way also.
That's it. Birds of a feather
Um,
really do flock together. They really do.
oh yeah.
They really do, man. They really do. Well, I'm glad that even though you've been through a lot, that you God didn't only bring you to it, but He took you through it.
Yeah, yeah, for
You know.
sure.
So
You know,
that's a blessing within itself. You know what I'm saying? And keep being great, bro. You know what I'm saying? If don't nobody else tell you, I'm proud of you. Keep it. You know what I mean? Continue to be great, man. You know what I'm saying? Keep
oh,
pushing.
I
Keep
appreciate it.
moving forward. You know what I'm saying? And we got it. We got this, man. You know what I'm saying? We got it. We got it.
Definitely so. And I'm old, I'm 60 some years old, and my mind goes in and out sometimes.
Yeah, that's
I
cool.
forget
That's
what I'm
fine.
going
That's fine.
I,
That's fine.
I forget what I'm going to say. But uh it's a good thing. I mean, I love the community, people like you and all the guys in the chat and girls.
Thank you.
My first guest on the show was Lace White, Lace Ball from
It's balls.
the,
Yeah,
our,
yeah,
our
yeah.
last 15 minutes of lane winner. Great, I mean, I'd be proud for her to be my daughter. You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
Love her to death. But we've got some things that's coming up in the show. We're going to have some people on, and this next week on Sunday, I'll have a mental health professional. He's
okay.
actually my nephew, but
Okay.
he's still a mental health professional, and he also has helped me. Don't get me wrong, and has lots of connections and things. And I'm not going to say it point blank, but we'll have a guest at some point that had a snake on TV called Damien.
Okay.
You get
Yeah,
you follow me there?
the name alone will already rung a bell, so I know what you're getting at. Yeah.
And big name person that kind of thing. So
Yeah.
we are catching a little bit of traction and things like that, and people appreciate that. And uh, I just want to keep on giving back. I remember what I was going to say a minute ago. Now is I've been through a lot, but everyone has. I used to in my misery, whine about it and complain to myself and ask God, why me and all that kind of stuff. But now I'm at a point in time, I had to go through all of that to be the person I am right now. 100%. It took whatever it was I went through to mold me and form me into the person I am now. Would I have been better or worse without it? I can't tell you that. But I'm happy with where I'm at, so I accept that. You know, you ha- if as long as you're fighting it, it's going to haunt you.
That's it. That's it.
100%.
And to whom much is given, much is required. So why not you?
Right.
I'm saying, why not you? You know what I mean? That's how it had to come to me. Somebody had to give it to me that way. I used to think about it. I was like, man, don't nobody check on me. I check on everybody. Well, I do this and I do that or whatever, whatever. And then after a while, my people were just like, well, bro, why not you though? You're the perfect candidate. You're perfect for the position you playing. That's why
Right.
you're able. That's why you are the go-to guy. That's why people run to you. That's why people want to talk to you. That's why this. That's why that. And I didn't look at it like that at first. I just thought, I'm giving out the love, but I'm not getting back what I'm giving out. But at the same time, I also learned that your heart is pure when you're giving that love and not expecting none of it back.
Yes.
You're just doing it because that's what you're supposed to be doing. That's what life is about. Breaking bread, showing love, giving people knowledge, giving pushing people along, you know what I'm saying, calling and checking on people. It's that's what you're supposed to be doing. You know what I'm saying? So now I look at it as okay, yeah, I'm the perfect candidate for this position. You see what I'm saying? Perfect
And
candidate.
we are making a difference right now. I mean, if you look in the chats that's been going by, I've seen several people who have said, "Well, this person can go away. Please shut up." Uh, that
Yeah, yeah,
they
you
came
go.
in.
See you later. See you later. Appreciate you, Roxanne. Appreciate you.
Yeah, thank you. But those who came in saying, "I needed this right now. I'm glad this is what y'all are talking about," and things like that. If all we ever do is touch one person, we made a difference.
Bingo.
Sometimes people don't think that they make a difference, and it's kind of like you never know if you do or not. but there was an old proverb, poem kind of thing. It was a young boy walking on the beach, and the tide had washed up all kinds of starfish on the beach, and he was walking down through there, and he looked, and as far as he could see, there's starfish up here, and they're just dying from the sun. So he walks down the beach and starts picking them up and throwing them back one at a time. And then that some naysayer comes along and going, why don't you just stop? You can't save them all. And the little boy said, no, but I can save this one and this one and this one and this one. I wasn't put here to save everybody. I wasn't put here probably to save anybody, but I was put here to help people. Just like that's why we are all here. We have a purpose.
That's it.
And those people out there right now that we were talking about earlier that may be thinking about committing suicide, be on the edge of that bridge, on a chair with a rope, whatever is going on, they are surrounded by love and can't see it and don't feel it. And they need to know that somebody's looking up to them. Somebody loves them horribly that they just don't understand. And they need to put all that in the back of their mind, clear their eyes up a little bit, and allow themselves to see what they do have.
Hey, look, I would say this. I forget who said it, man, but it was a YouTube short that I came across. And the guy said that a man was jealous and mad with another man because he didn't have the shoes on his feet that this other man had
Right?
until he turned around and saw a man without feet.
Yeah,
And it automatically made him grateful for what he had on because he could have been you. This could be you.
that's right. 100%.
I'm blessed because I can see. You know how many
Yeah.
people are blind? I can
Think
hear.
about
You know
think
how
about
many people are
Duval.
deaf?
Yeah.
I
Well,
can
just think
still
about
speak. I'm not in jail. I'm not in a casket. I'm not in a hospital bed. I'm blessed beyond measure. I have no reason to say that I'm not blessed. Even if I don't feel all that blessed, I know that I'm blessed.
and you can find inspiration in the craziest places. That's like Mike Duval. You know, he's always out there supporting everybody, showing love. The man's blind and he's raising and breeding snakes, brother. You know, I you I was talking about putting my hand blindly in a tub. I mean, he does it every day.
Does it literally?
I mean, he can tell where they're at by the weight in the tub. He knows where to place the food at. He don't know if he's about to get bit or not, but it does something for him, and it helps him just like it does you and I. And he benefits from it, and he loves it, and he loves this community.
Oh
He's
hell yeah.
always he's always there with something positive to say and somebody to reach out to. And you know, some people may think that my problems are worse than theirs are worse than somebody else's, but I can handle mine. I don't know that I could handle being blind. I don't know if I could handle losing a leg, things like that. So be thankful for the problems you have because you're figuring out how to handle them.
My wife got MS, multiple sclerosis, and this time of the year is by far the worst time of the year for her. And
Yes.
when I get that aching and paining and hurting sometime, I look at her and get motivated to keep pushing because she's always in pain. She ain't never free of pain. She never feels 100%. So
Yeah.
she's, sometimes other people's pain can really be a motivation and a push for you.
Right.
You see what I'm
And
saying? And that's what my wife is to me. You know what I'm saying? She going with you. She got a, imagine you having to take a shot every month so you won't be crippled or you won't lose
yeah.
your eyesight or, you know what I'm saying? So all of that stuff is playing in her mind. And then we have to learn compassion for one another,
Yes.
some grace, some mercy, man. You're fighting demons just like I am.
Right. Everyone's fighting a demon of some
Every,
kind. And on your wife's behalf, I do understand that. My ex-wife, the mother of my two youngest sons, has MS,
yep.
and the company she works for has changed hands 3 or 4 times. So her insurance always changes, and she has to fight to get these infusions she needs every 3 months, kind of thing. And that's another thing. Our health system is, not only for our physical problems that we have to face, health care for mental health problems is way on the wrong side of the spectrum.
Definitely. I agree wholeheartedly.
I mean, there are people out there who commit crimes, but they probably shouldn't be in prison. They should be somewhere getting help with their mind. And locking them up in a prison somewhere is not going to do that for them.
Make them worse, to be honest.
Yeah. But on your wife's behalf and mine too. I mean, if I'm standing up and you're looking at me, you don't really see any physical defects or things like that. You don't know that I had 3 back surgeries and 60 some kidney surgeries and stroke and all these kind of things, right? But people automatically judge you. Well, man, you're okay. Ain't nothing wrong with you. You know, they if you don't have legs missing or a grotesque scar on your face, those kind of things, they think that there's nothing wrong with you. It's not real.
How
You know,
wrong could they be?
right? I've had people tell me there's nothing wrong with you. You can go back to work. Go out there, brother. If I could, I would. The biggest fight that I've fought this whole time about being disabled, physical pain hurts and it sucks, but it's nothing like the mental pain that even though I have an income and I help support my wife, the feeling that as a man that I'm not out there on a job doing something productive every day is the most painful thing I've ever experienced.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like I feel like, I mean, and it still happens at
Yeah.
times,
Of
I
course.
feel like I'm not a man anymore, Pat.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
I'm not doing what I think or feel or that we think a man should do.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
but
And
what
it's,
helps me
it's
is
and it's okay because believe it or not, imagine if your presence, if God says, you know what, G Paul, I'm ready for you to come on home. I'm
right.
ready for your soul to exit that body. I'm ready for you to come home. What you don't feel like, if your spirit could look back at your wife, at your animals, imagine your soul exiting your body and looking back at your wife cleaning them 40 snakes by herself.
Yeah.
Imagine, what you stay home and do now when she get off work, she got to come home and do. And you just got to watch in your spirit. It's nothing physically that you can do to help her now. So saying that, I always look at everything, no matter what's going on, your presence is needed. You
Right.
understand what I'm saying? So no, if you feel like you've come down to nothing, or you're less of a man because of what you can't do or not doing, imagine if you won't hear no more. What would life be like?
Well, and you're right exactly what that is. On the upside of it, when you have control of those things, you realize that your presence and the influence and what you mean to people are a big part of who you are and what you are. If God called me home while we're on this podcast, I would be fine with it, except for one thing, Pat.
What's that?
In my physicality, in my mind, I would be worried about my grandkids, my children, and my wife and family and friends without me here to protect them.
Boom. So get that less of a man out of your head now.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? You just solved your own problem.
Yeah. Yeah.
You literally just solved your own problem. You just told yourself you can't protect and serve if you're not here. Now, not working or nothing, having disabilities whatsoever, but you still got to go, man. Shit, I can protect.
That's right.
I can still protect. So that less of a man thing. I'm not a man. Hey, bro, you couldn't be further from the truth, brother.
Oh, I know, but you understand the feelings where they come
Oh
from and
yeah,
things as well,
yeah.
and I know that now. I mean, it took me a long time. Back to talking about my nephew. You talk about somebody that checks in on you every day, and you got that one friend or two. 10, 12 years ago, I didn't know I had a nephew. This nephew,
Okay.
I didn't know I had his father as a brother.
Ooh. Okay.
You
Okay.
know, my dad was fresh from Korea, and he was seeing his mom and seeing my mom and those kind of things. And so
Yeah.
my older brother, his father, and my older brother I was raised with are like a year apart, and they're 9 and 10 years older than me. Well,
Okay.
I never knew anything about my brother Tim.
Okay.
And one thing that Facebook has been good for, my sister was going through Facebook, and it's one of those things, if you're from Podunk, Georgia, and you remember this, tell me about it.
Right.
And she was at our parents' gravesite and posted a picture, but she was only 9 months old when my father passed.
Okay.
And said, if anybody remembers my dad, could you tell me some stories about him or whatever kind of thing in that area? And my brother said, yeah, he was my dad too. So, she immediately messaged me and said, hey, I said, man, this guy's full of crap. There's no way my dad would have not been a part of his life, in my
Right. Right.
here. Well, I got to talking to him and looking at him and stuff. Man, this guy's my brother, And I understand where my father was coming from because my mother, loved her to death, was a very controlling, jealous woman.
Yeah.
And my dad had to fight this battle, and that's where it went.
Mm.
But in the last 12 years, I gained a brother, three nephews, all their families, and my nephew, he has messaged me twice, I think, since we've been on here, checks with me or calls me every day. And this young man is 43 years old. He has cancer. He had a stroke. He has Parkinson's disease. He's autistic on the spectrum kind of thing, but goes out every day, just like we're talking about, making a difference in someone else's life.
Yeah.
He walked the street of Lexington, Kentucky, helping the homeless people, getting them a shelter, getting things set up there. They got a big center there now that he helped raise all the money for, counseling services, job training services set up with. He just recently moved to Knoxville, Tennessee, where his wife was promoted to. He's been there less than 3 months, and he found a big homeless population under a bridge. He's got them a building going now, somewhere they can sleep at night out of the cold and be fed and things like that. It don't matter how bad off you are, you can help somebody.
One way, shape, or form.
It's easy to slay around. I mean, I feel kind of maybe hypocritical. It's easy to lay around and do nothing,
Mm-hmm.
but it's a lot more fulfilling to help your fellow man in some way.
That's a fact.
And and there's so many things that needed. I mean, going to a school and reading to kids or anything, that you might be able to do is beneficial and it means something to someone. Or
Definitely.
just being that one that that someone can call in the middle of the night and uh, talk to, you know, and not judgment, not be judgmental, not tell them, this is what's going on with you and this is your fault, and kind of thing. Compassion and empathy is what we're supposed to be,
Yeah. Yeah, bro. Yeah.
not hatred and ridicule and judgment,
Yep.
kind of thing.
That's why Jesus told us that he who without sin cast the first stone. Nobody could do it.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Nobody could do it.
Well,
You know what I'm saying?
well,
So casting judgment, I will say that casting judgment is it's kind of one of those things that really shouldn't even exist. Now I believe in judging accordingly. Now if you're a pastor or and even they're humans, you see what I'm saying? So the judgment is a small part of the whole. I'm talking about a really small part of the whole picture. But you never thought that man you would be up here in 10 minutes an hour
right.
and the conversation has went completely down the rabbit hole. You got to watch. You said your nephew's autistic. That had a lot of things go on in his life, and he's never judged no one or nothing because you don't know what's gonna make the change.
That's right.
No one or no thing should be stereotyped, judged, kicked while they down because you don't know where the blessing's coming from. That's why
Right.
you don't judge books by their covers because you don't
Hmm.
know where the blessing is. You don't know who you're running across when you looking down on people because they don't got what you got, or they dirty, or they smell, or you. Man, I've learned more knowledge from crack addicts and drunks
Yeah.
than I did when I was in the churches, and in the, I learned more from the street than I did in these schools and in these other places that's supposed to give you the knowledge. No, the experience being out here amongst these people is what taught me. You see what I'm
Right.
saying? So I don't that judging. I don't believe in that. I don't condone in that. You know what I'm saying? I don't. Me and you come from two different axes in life, two different
Right.
times, two different eras, everything. But what we can say we are alike in is that we're both human beings. We gonna live. We're gonna die. We're gonna help somebody. Somebody's gonna love us. Somebody's gonna hate us. We ain't no different.
That's right.
We are not anything different. We are no different. We are the same being.
Exactly.
We're the same being.
100%.
So I don't the judging. I look forward to the blessings coming from the people that's looked down upon than the ones who are looked up to. Keep
Oh,
looking
yeah.
down. Keep looking down on people. Keep on.
Well, there's going to be that day, Pat, that the people who are all elevated and things are pouring down, and the people who've been on the bottom are elevated. That's
What what,
biblical, as
what
pure
the
as you can
scripture
put
say?
it.
I was just ready to say the scripture says, "Who is first will be last. Who is last will be first."
Right. You were talking earlier about him with no sin cast the first stone. I've heard many people talk about that and things like that when they're at the well, when they was wanting to stone the woman and this and that and things. I believe that possibly Jesus, when he was rotting in the dirt, he might have been writing their sins out for them.
Good point. And not only that, brother, Jesus saved the people that we look down upon.
That's right. He went to the most wicked, the wretched. He dealt with people. I mean, King David's one of the most revered people in the Bible, and he was one of the most wretched people in the world. He killed his best friend to be with his wife.
To be with his wife, Uriah. Yep. Uriah,
You know?
one of them names like that. I knew it was
Yeah,
something like that. Yeah. Sitting had that man killed in battle so he could be with his wife.
right. Uh, Noah was a drunk.
Hey. Hey man, I'm telling you. So, when you get to that point, man, where uh and nothing happens for no reason. This definitely didn't happen for no reason. This was meant to happen.
Right.
This
It
today,
was it was
this
destined.
this was definitely destined to happen. You know what I'm saying? This was meant. Um uh I just feel like we all got to to know who we really are, to know how powerful that we already are without anybody else telling us. Like I wake
Right.
up in the morning and I know ain't nobody better than me, and I'm not better than nobody else. Ain't
No.
nothing nobody can have, nothing nobody can do. Their money, their looks. I look at no one as being better than me, and I'm never gonna carry myself that I'm better than anyone else. That's how we all have to look at ourselves. I don't care what you got going on. You're not better than me.
That's right. And when people are looking down at people and things, a lot of times it was just about opportunity. The family you were born into or the situation you're born into. You know, I went through hell as a child for 15 years. I've seen my mother beaten so bad you couldn't recognize her. I've been done the same way. From the time I started school till I graduated and stuff, I've moved like 60 times because there'll be a big fight, storm, blow up. He pass out drunk. We'd throw things in the car, push down the driveway, start it up and leave. And 3 weeks later, they kiss and make up. And people talk about children and family services. I can't tell you as a child how many times I went into my guidance office at school and begged to take me out of my house,
Man,
and no one cared, type thing. But through all of that, brother, I'm 61 years old. I've had some of the best jobs in the United States. I've made a couple $100,000 a year at times. I have 4 children that's never been in jail, never been arrested, never been in trouble. Three three stepchildren the same way, grandkids who love me, a wife that's here to support me, an ex-wife who will still be my best friend and support us and help us any way needed. Uh, and I'm 61 years old and going to college for cybersecurity. So, opportunity.
And it's never too late. Think about it.
Right.
Never too
You
late.
know,
A lot of people say I'm 61 years old. I ain't going to school to do this. I ain't doing that. It's never too late.
no,
It ain't a such thing as too late. As long as your heart beating and you're able, it's not too late.
that's right.
It's not a too late. It's not a too late. You see what I'm
I
saying?
seen a couple.
And I shouts out to Python Porter. Yeah, my wife in the chat now, Octavia Saunders. That's my wife, and she got
Okay.
everybody putting the orange hearts up in the chat, man. Y'all appreciate y'all for supporting the wife, man. And you
Thank
know,
you, Octavia. We appreciate you. And I feel your pain. I know what you're going through. And you'll be in my prayers all the time.
thank you, brother. And you'll be in ours. Believe that. Believe that. Believe that, man. Yeah. So what got you? So what made you mend the two together, ball pythons and the mental health? Cause that's kind of cool. That's really cool.
When I realized that it was helping me, I realized that it kind of sounds cliche, but it was kind of like no matter the storm that was going on between my ears, I could pick one of them up, and it was like Jesus walked on the water.
Powerful. That's deep.
So, and I'm smart enough to know that I'm not unique in the fact that I'm the only one it would benefit. And that part of me that wants to give more and do more for mankind and help society automatically start thinking, how can I use this to help other people? And, it's not just for veterans, but they primarily, I mean, most all of them have anxiety, stress, PTSD, those kind of issues. So that's who I reach out to.
Yep.
Now, I will help anyone. I don't care if you're military or veteran or not. It doesn't matter to me.
Mhm.
I'll work with you, gift you a snake. It doesn't matter. Uh, what I would like to see in the future, Pat, is a me or you in every city, town, and state in the country doing the same thing, whether it's with ball pythons, dogs, cats, geckos, lizards, rats. I don't care.
Here, yeah.
Doing the same thing, reaching out and being a benefit, a positive force to society.
Right.
And it can happen. Hey
That's my
there,
wife right
Octavia.
there.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm doing
Mine's
great.
here. Mine's here too. She just
Hey,
got
how
home.
are you?
Pretty good.
How are you?
Yep. Yeah, man. So it's a blessing when you can even in the chat, man. I'm just looking at the chat, man, especially at ML Sky.
Yeah,
Seems like we definitely helped him out. Uh I just like for
Hey,
people to know
Rob.
that we ain't fighting this stuff they're not alone. There's
right.
no
You're
such
never
thing as
alone.
being alone. We all fighting together. We all
Now,
take
notice,
things in differently. We do things differently. We handle things differently, but we are fighting together. We like I said, we on two different time zones, two different lives. And both of us have similar thought process. Been through similar things. We feel the same way about similar things.
yeah,
We are one. We are one. And until we start acting that way, we gonna still get the same results.
right. Well, I saw several people in chat ask how to get a hold of me or to find me
Yeah.
on Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, Instagram. It's Ribbons Forge Clown Factory.
Rivens, Forge, Clown. Matter of fact, Satchmo, somebody, Python Porters, one of you guys hop up in and post his. You got at least do his Instagram link and his YouTube link. Post it in the chat, and y'all just go like and sub up.
The wife's going to try to do it real quick.
Okay.
But
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
uh, I've enjoyed this a lot.
Have you?
And, and I appreciate you giving me the opportunity. And, we're going to have you on the show here, I think March the 1st, we said.
Yeah, March 1st, February 29th.
Yeah. Well,
March 1st.
I'll have to look back, but yeah,
Yeah,
I'm going to clean up.
whenever you're ready, brother. Whenever you're ready,
I'm
you know what I'm
going
saying.
to
You
clean
just like,
up.
yeah, she going there, white going to clean up, flawless. Yes, sir. Yes,
Nice
sir.
to meet
Did
you.
you want to show off any snakes or anything before we hopped off?
which ones? I don't know. What do you want to see? It don't matter.
It don't matter to me what you should.
Get get Poseidon. I mean Medusa. Someone asked about tides, clown tides earlier, so we'll pull one out.
Okay, okay. Do you guys breed your own rats or do you buy?
ASF.
Y'all do breed your own rats. Okay, y'all the ASFs y'all do breed, and that's all y'all feed.
Well, no, I still buy some rats,
Okay.
and I want to make sure that all my animals will eat just about anything.
Mm.
So we rotate. Mine will eat quail. Mine will eat rats. Mine will eat ASF, except for one. My very first snake, Ribbon, will not eat anything but a mouse. No matter what you try, he's a mouser.
He a mouser, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. He's a blue snake. This is one of those free snakes, brother. She's a inchy, leopard, pinstripe, clown, tide.
And you got that snake for free.
Two of them. I have her brother also.
I can't reach him.
And it's crazy because I only got 12 snakes, but half of my snakes, well, half my snakes I didn't pay for.
Right.
Half of my snakes I didn't pay for, but that's really awesome, man. And pinstripe and clown, man, is just nice to me anyway. I like pinstripe clowns.
Yeah. Here's my last little VPI girl that I told you I held her in one hand and held the pinky in the other to let her eat.
And you took the pinky out your hand, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The exanthic stuff. Are you doing any kind of breeding right now?
I have borrowed an Orange Dream Batman.
Okay.
And he has been paired at different times to my red stripe clown girl, a yellow belly het clown,
Okay.
and a normal double het clown pie girl.
Okay. Okay.
So and I've got a big cinnamon girl. It's about 4,000 grams that I paired with a HRA acid phantom boy.
Ooh. Okay.
So I think they call those gargoyles or something.
Gargoyle.
The HRA.
Yeah. I got pastel HRA 100% head clown. Yep.
Here's my last little banana het clown het pie girl.
Yeah. Banana.
And she's also pinstripe.
Pinstripe, yeah. Yeah. People be sleeping on pin, but I like pin.
Well, it gives a lot of pattern and it takes a lot of the other pattern out. But in clowns, it's pretty cool. You know,
Don't let go of me, dude.
it does a lot in clowns. Let me see this one here in front of me, what she's doing.
Yeah, HRA and cinnamon is gargoyle, yeah. Cause they in the same complex, so yeah.
This is my red stripe clown girl.
Big too.
Yeah, she's only about 1,000 grams.
So we should be ready to breed by the end of the year, you think?
Yeah, probably about summer or so, because I'm slim. She'll eat as much as I give her.
Okay. Do you feed live or frozen?
Both.
Both. Okay.
Here's the one we rescued.
I talked about the one we rescued that was basically cooked and baked.
Oh.
This is him.
Look like nothing wrong with him.
He's a banana het clown boy, and he's just as gentle as can be. I can play with his head, whatever you want to do, and
yeah,
he's a good fella.
He's a lover.
Yeah, I like him. Yeah. How long does it normally take you guys to clean? Do y'all like to clean your snakes? Do you have them on? Well, you say you got them on Cypress Smoke. So how long does it normally take to clean 40 snakes?
I don't know. We kind of do it
together
individually when they need it.
Gotcha.
Some of them make a mess. We clean that one right then. But probably we could do it all in an hour, hour and a half.
Okay.
It's not too
It
bad.
takes us the wrap
The rats, I know they probably take a little longer to write.
Yeah, I'm not big into them yet. We're working on it because I've got the rats in here in the same room with me.
Oh, okay, got you.
I got them in aquariums on the floor.
Okay.
So I'm waiting for this next 10 days to get up, and I've got a big building in the back, 1,500 to 2,000 square feet, that's full of dust. Nothing else. A lawnmower maybe.
Yeah.
That we're
Y'all
gonna
gonna make that the rat shed?
we're gonna fill that with rats and things, and uh tell Carson yes.
Okay.
This Hermione.
Yeah.
This one here is a black pastel, 66% desert ghost, I think.
Yeah, Blanca stuff. Yeah.
It's kind of funny how she came about. When I got my first one, Riven, we went looking for an enclosure and we did the PetSmart pets store kind of things, and we went to a privately owned pet store in another town over,
Okay.
and they didn't have what we wanted either. But the wife asked us.
They had this on Facebook, and that's how we.
They had this snake on Facebook, and the wife asked to look at her. When they brought her out, and she was tied up in a ball so tight you couldn't see air. But the minute she goes into my wife's hands, she was all over her. She handed her to me, and she balled right back up.
That was your white snake?
And and we were intended at that point, we weren't getting any more.
Nope, we had two. That's it.
That was all we was going to do. So we had Riven, and I had a Batman girl that I bought asleep on auction at one night. I was sleep auctioning.
Woke up to you want a snake. You know what I'm saying? You got it.
Yeah. But I could see that look in her face and stuff. I said, so you want that one? And she said, yeah. So we bought it, but come to find out, one of our friends that we've met through the community, Jake's Exotic Balls over in Milton, Florida.
Okay.
He's the one who raised this snake and bred it, hatched it out and bred it and sold it to the pet store. So, we had a connection we didn't even know about at the time. Everything just so wildly kind of wraps itself together. There's so many, if you think about things in life, just about everything you're doing is tied together somehow.
One way, shape, or form. Yeah.
I'm one of those guys, I don't know why people
look down.
Trust me, this is a little highway girl, gravel, yellow belly.
Should have looked down.
Oh man, yeah. I was just talking to F and A about some highway and gravel, man. I want me some highway, freeway, something. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I want me one. It's a couple different animals that I'm interested in. Yeah, look at that thing, bro. It got pastel?
Nope.
No pastel? Okay.
Just gravel and yellow belly, supposedly.
Yeah.
I know the breeder, so I believe it. Believe
Oh
it.
yeah. Some of them are, you can pretty much take their word for it.
Yeah, I got in trouble over it, but we went to we don't have any big expos around here.
Okay.
We have some 30 person, 30 vendor kind of shows and things like that. And we went to one about an hour away 2 Sundays ago. And we just wanted to go to be there.
Mm-hmm.
We were actually broke, didn't have any money on us.
What about the money at home?
And on purpose, honestly.
So y'all wouldn't buy anything.
Well, and I went in, and there's this one breeder there that I've talked to, the one that helped me with my Top 3 license.
Okay.
Or Class 3, however you want to call it. And when I went in, he was busy, and I was in my wheelchair because I can't walk that far.
Okay.
So I wheeled myself around everything, and came back to him. But, I went and checked everybody out, tried to speak with them, tried to talk to them. Some of them just weren't very professional, in my opinion. And I went back over and talked to my buddy there. It's two vets, reptiles, and rodents here in Florida. And he and his wife reach out to everybody who comes close to their table. Their snakes were very handleable. You could pick one of them up and stick it in your pocket. It wasn't trying to run away. It wasn't trying to do anything. Very healthy. And he saw me looking at a couple of them and knew that I probably wanted them. So I walked out of there with that highway and the orange dream leopard with no money. Now I do have to pay him for them,
Yeah.
but we I felt kind of bad though, because after that, we've been having car problems and things like that.
Okay.
So I had committed to some purchases that because of the car issues we had to
Pass
kind
up.
of back out of.
That's how I make my living.
And the car is how the wife makes her living, because she's been up until recently anyway. My health in 10 years, I've been in the hospital 3 years basically. So she's always worried about me being home alone or something happened and she can't get here. So she has a bachelor's degree in social work, and she left all those 9 to 5 jobs and things and had become a personal shopper, house sitter, animal sitter, does the Instacart things, Spark, whatever she can find to make money, and she does decently.
Yeah.
And so the car is a big part of our needs. We can't survive without it.
Yeah.
So we had to, put everything towards that to get that taken care of.
Yeah.
But and the community's good. They understood. It wasn't that I was leading them on or nothing like that. It was just a real
Life
out
be
of the
life, and
blue
like they
Kia
say, life was
problem.
life, and you know what I'm saying?
It was a Kia problem.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm glad that y'all did get it fixed though, right? Everything's straight with it now?
Yeah, it's doing well.
Battery, alternator, your cylinder.
Yeah. Yeah, it cost a fortune, but it's doing well.
Okay.
We still have a couple of sensors that aren't acting right, but they do have a recall that we gotta get it back into the dealership for, and maybe they'll take care of it, because I do the work that I can, what I can
Okay.
reach.
Okay.
I replaced a couple of the sensors on it, and with brand new ones, and they're saying they need to be genuine manufacturer parts, which is BS in my opinion. But we're going to see what this recall does next, and get it in there and see how that goes.
It's not supposed to be diesel when it doesn't have a carburetor.
But everything's well with us. I mean, we've been blessed, and in so many ways. And if people will sit down and think about it, we all blessed in a lot of ways. We just don't understand them sometimes. We don't know we don't know it's a blessing. We don't take it for that kind of thing. But yeah, this is a little. I'm here.
Is that the escapee?
Leopard girl that I got at the expo.
That's the escapee.
Yeah, I just love what leopard do, man. You know what I'm saying?
I love their bellies, kind of like they're almost yellow bellies.
Bellies, yeah. Leopard, I like the way it stripes the patterns out. So I like what leopard does to a lot of animals.
I've come to know that there's kind of like two kinds of leopard. There's leopards with spots. There's leopards with spots, and there's some leopards that stripes.
I've never paid that much attention to it.
I don't have one that does that, but I think that Val has some leopards who are, more striped than spot.
Right.
Kind of thing.
Right.
Talking about the community, I saw the first podcast I saw, I don't know if it was the RWO or the Big Homies, one of the two, and Val was on it, and just something about him resonated with me. So I reached out to him, and he answered me back, and I started asking him questions about the community and how to get involved and to develop these connections and things. He said, "Brother, you're doing it right now," And it's just he's like my brother out in Texas, or Oklahoma. Carl and Jonathan, my brothers up in Indiana, and you're my brother wherever you are, and
Virginia. I'm in Virginia, so
Virginia. Okay, yeah, we're way down. We're way down in Pensacola, Florida. I'm as far west in Florida as you can go, and not going to Alabama. I'm
Wow.
probably 5 to 8 miles from the Alabama line to the west, and about 30 miles to the north is Alabama. So I'm kind of way over here in the Panhandle. We call it East LA,
East
East Lower Alabama.
Okay. Yeah, man. Well, shouts out and we sending the love to Lower Alabama. You know what I'm saying?
That's
Yeah,
it.
man. Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
I appreciate it. I got to get off here a little bit, and the wife's home, and I got to answer some messages here. My son's wanting to know about dinner tonight. Him and his ladies coming over for dinner, so
Yeah,
we're
you
gonna
gotta do
check
the
on
family
them.
thing, man. You gotta do the family thing. I enjoyed this, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about from beginning to end. Y'all go if you tapping in late, go replay it, man.
Replay
Again,
game.
Miss Rivens, please put your husband, you guys' links in the chat one more time so that people can go like, share, subscribe. Man, listen, we gotta do this again soon, brother.
Anytime, just shoot me a message.
Yeah, no
Hey,
doubt.
I am home 90% of the time, so I'm good.
Hey, well, say less, man. We definitely gonna have some more. Yeah, we appreciate you too, Will, man. We gonna definitely get up, have some more of these conversations. You know, just talk whatever, man. You know what I'm saying? Because it was well needed. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, FNA. You know what I'm saying? It's needed.
Yes, sir.
This was really a great therapy session. You know what I'm saying? I've even took some things in myself. You
I
know what I'm
have to.
saying? Yeah,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? So and I hope people in the chat, man, you know what I'm saying? I hope y'all took some stuff in from this. Yeah, thank you. We appreciate you too, Rocks. You know, there's people saying they appreciate us, they appreciate it. So,
Oh,
you
yeah.
know,
And I want all of them to know, regardless of what you're going through, I care. There's somebody who cares and that you're important to, and you are loved and you have a purpose. So don't let the devil lie to you. If you can conquer the battle between your ears, there's nothing in this world you cannot accomplish.
boom, boom, boom. If
That's
you
it.
conquer the war that's going on between your ears,
That's right.
if you can conquer that, you can conquer anything.
100%.
That's enough said. What's
100%.
understood never has to be explained.
Yep.
So,
So you all have a blessed day.
hey, you too, man. Thank you so much for tapping in. Continue to be
Yeah.
great, brother. You got I'm gonna lock your number in my phone because you did DM me your number. I'm gonna lock your number in my phone. I'm gonna text you from my personal phone so you'll have that number.
Okay.
And if you ever need to talk, bro, about anything, you know what I'm saying? You can give me a call. You know what I'm saying?
I'll do it. I'll
Yep.
do it, brother.
Yep. We'll continue to be great, brother. Thank you again. Thank you.
Peace. Bye.
Peace. Yeah, man. Well, that was the show, gang. That was the show. I enjoyed it, man. I learned a lot. I received a lot. I gave out a lot. I hope that you guys did too. Um, yeah, man. Thank you guys for tapping in. Shouts out to FNA, man. Y'all go like, share, and subscribe to my brothers, man. FNA Balls, man. Fred and AJ. I had them on yesterday. It was turned up. Um, but yeah, everybody, man. Thank you again for tapping in. Thank y'all for showing me the love and support. Yes, thank you, Miss Rivers. Thank you. We love y'all, man. We love y'all. Continue to be great. I will leave out to say this. I pray that we all receive healing and protection physically, mentally, emotionally, mind, body, soul, spiritually. I pray that we all continue to be great, become the greatest versions of ourselves, that all our needs, wants, and desires get granted, and that we live the best rest of our lives. And we ain't golden until we all shine, man. So let's shine together, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Let's shine together, yo. Let's shine together. Until next time, gang. I am out. Peace and love, y'all. Chill.